My journey's been one of accountability. And I think there was a time where I lived in paradigm A, where the world was happening to me. Things just weren't, it felt like they were out of my control. My health, my wealth, the money I made, my happiness, they were all tied up in everything around me. And it was literally debilitating. And I remember laying on the ground in my room one day, just like, I give up. I cut ties with what felt like my ego. And I was just like, I give up. I can't go anymore. If I die, I die. If I live, so be it. But I'm not going to continue to live in this hell that I've created for myself. It was this like mental prison that I just couldn't quite escape from. And so I decided that I had to find new information. I was operating out of paradigm A, as you hear me talk about, the paradigm where things are happening and nothing's in your control, and just being a victim in all of it. And at the time, I was working as a DJ, and I was helping the company, which was a great company. I have a great friend that owns the company still. And I was working in the warehouse, and I was putting up DJ equipment in between events. And all I would listen to was personal development tapes. Tony Robbins, Joe Dispenza, Abraham Hicks, Leo Gura with Actualize.org. And I had no choice, but I started to pick up new ways of operating, new ways of thinking. I expanded my awareness. And so surely, and I mean slowly, because when you're trying to break the patterns of who you've been and change it to someone different, because you got to become the person you are right now. For most of us, cannot be the same person when we get what we want. We're going to have to change. We're going to have to level up. We're going to have to learn. And so I turn my headphones into this university where I'm just listening and I'm leveling up and I'm trying to change these beliefs. And slowly but surely, I started to adopt some of these ways of thinking. And I started to, look out. And almost all of these people who are successful, they moved into paradigm B, the paradigm where you are in control of your reality. The way you feel, the thoughts you think, the way you feel create the results you get in the physical world. And the physical world has no power if you don't let it. Nobody's perfect at this, but the physical world has no power over your internal world. It's just your perception of what's happening. And your perception is subjective, because we could go around the world and we could look at people from the worst situations we could ever imagine. And some of these people are the happiest people in the world. Nelson Mandela went to prison for a very long time and got out, and he wasn't angry. He didn't feel any remorse. He was literally a new person, and he went on to change the world in amazing ways. And so our perception is everything. And all these people, they were living in paradigm B, and they were operating off this. And I slowly started to move into this paradigm. It was like walking out of quicksand. Just get me out, find something new. And slowly, I started to adopt new ways of thinking, new ways of viewing the world, and understand that I am accountable for how I feel, the things that I do. I am accountable for even the money I make, for the results I get, and I'm in control of that. But I have to start vibrating higher. Now, we all vibrate. If you were to go down to our cells and look at a micro level, you would see that we're vibrating. We're operating at a frequency. Some are operating at a very slow and low frequency. There's different emotions associated with these frequencies. But the more you level up, the more you raise your vibration. And this is how you attract what's going on in the world around you and the things into your life, the people, the relationships, the feelings of abundance, the connections, the money, the home, the car, if that's what you want. That's how you get into a flow state and you start to create. And this is what I started to do. And it only happened when I moved into the paradigm of accountability. And that's why I say that that's my story. For the longest time, it was so hard for me to even articulate my story, because I always try to be so in the moment. It's like, what have and I know I've been through a lot. I know I've done my whole life from 1 to 18 was all basketball. That's all I wanted to do was play sports. And when I quit, it was just like the rug was pulled out from under me. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. And so I was left just flat. And I had to make the decision, do I want to change? Do I want to create the life that I want? And when you start to change into that new person, that's probably the hardest point, because you are going to get thrown a lot of challenges. It's going to be constant challenges all the way along your journey. Even the day that you think you got it down, you're going to get more challenges. Today, I had another one. I'm looking at our company and all the things that we have and all the people we're training, and I started to get stressed about, hey, we're not on pace to hit our goals, and we may have to let somebody go. And it was sad. Like I had to let a few people go, and I didn't want to. I should have done it probably 4 months ago, but I held on because I just wanted to power through it. But my attention was on the problem and what it needed to do. I needed to shift it to the solution and vibrating at a higher frequency and getting motivation and getting inspiration. That's why I'm doing these YouTube videos. If you look back, I've dropped a YouTube video every single day because I'm trying to get in flow. I'm trying to get in creative moments and states and transfer my belief and hopefully help some of y'all and hopefully teach you some of these sales tactics. It's just a vehicle. None of that matters. It could be sales. It could be, you could start a bakery. You could start a construction. It doesn't matter. But understanding that this way of thinking, this mindset, this awareness change can change everything. My goal for you would be to put in an hour every day of self-development. Learn about discipline. Learn about the law of attraction. Pray if you're religious. Work on yourself. Exercise. Put value into your health. Now is the time you can change everything. But more importantly than all those things, learn to be grateful for where you are right now. Learn to be accountable for where you are right now and be grateful, because there's things in your life that you can be grateful for. Damn, this has turned into like a self-development channel. It's supposed to be sales. I think this just means so much to me, and it's changed my life. So that's where I'm at with it. Hopefully y'all get some value from it. If you do, let me know. Again, if this helped you in any way, hit like, hit subscribe. I don't even like doing that, but I appreciate y'all watching to the end. Let's go.